Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Conquest of Purgatory. So, let's do a little recap, shall we, just for those who don't remember. So, our adventurers met up, had some cake, found out that they live in a basement, or well, some live in a basement. Uh, then proceeded to go and actually register as adventurers. Uh, when somebody's sister also moved into the basement because it ended up being a nicer place in the end. And after becoming adventurers and registering, the first thing they've ever done was try and steal a book. And
No, I'm sorry, that is completely wrong. That is absolutely
sure,
false.
sure. Steal. I'm sorry, not steal. Take a chair. Take a chair, and then try and steal a book.
Oh.
After
Emphasis on try.
Yes, which after the point, some people ran into the crystal, got teleported. Some people hesitated, then came back, went for it. Then going in, finding out that they're in a cave, this nice little pond, and then fought some kobolds. After some people taking some damage, some people being a-okay. You guys are still on the first level. Kobold bodies disintegrated around you, sort of turned into this sort of mushy ash sort of type of deal before seeping into the flooring of the dungeon, leaving only behind a little bit of that quintium that, well, is worth a nice little penny. So, anything you'd like to do, or would you like to continue on?
I remember you
I will
saying.
continuing.
Yeah, continue. Like I think you already talked about it, anyways.
Yeah. There was also talk, and I'm just gonna ask stuff of about a short rest. Entirely up to you if you want to do it.
How long is a short rest?
A short rest is an hour. It's basically let me get a breather and let me chill for an hour, right? And what you do is you roll your hit die, and you regain that much HP. Which for some of you, for most of you, that would be like a D8, and for some and for Zamaan, that's a D6. So basically, you chill, you rest up, and some of you might have abilities for a short rest, like recovering some spell slots or whatnot.
Alright, absolutely fair enough.
So are
Actually,
you
don't-
resting, boys?
No, maybe we should
Yeah.
probably.
Why not?
Okay. Now, I do remember, but I do need to just double check. And just as a reminder, use the old one since. But I'm not sure if there was the. 1 second, I'm going to be using yours, Mia, for 1 second.
Yep.
Now, so what we're going to just basically do is those. You can see your hit die on your sheet, which is, well, as I said, for the reception of Zamaan, a d6. So everybody just roll that hit die. So for the rest, it's a d8. For you, Zamaan, it is a d6. I do think con applies, yeah, so you are fully, I think you're fully fucking healed at that point, Redomer.
Yeah, no.
So 1d8, right?
Yes, plus your constitution, but you can see.
You can just roll the hit die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zamaan, you get 5 HP back.
I'm full health
Alright.
again.
Do note, I think you might have had from the false life. Yeah, no, that's current HP. Yeah, you would be full.
Yeah.
Okay. Arcane, you get back 3, and Avi, you get back 3. Of course, if you were not wounded, well, it doesn't matter. So,
I am on 6 HP. Why are we going deeper?
perfection. So, as you sort of, look around, one individual looks like he has some jaw issues after taking a sling. One seems to also have been, I believe, stabbed. So some of you decide that perhaps getting a little bit of a breather, just putting some bandages around, or just, getting it back as well. Also, no, I do see the Discord chat. Redomer, you can turn your camera on at any point if you'd like to. At some point of the day. And yeah, it's resting here isn't the most comfortable. Though obviously some of you have lived off on worse. The stone is chilly, so you have to put blankets or whatever under you just to not freeze your ass. And the air, not ale. The air is, well, it's not stale, but it just feels like it's not fresh either. It feels slightly dusty, cavey. You know how the smell goes. But the 1 hour that passes is uneventful. I will note in that hour, it does not have to be just pure resting. You can do something, but it can't be like any form of strenuous activity. So, is there anything you would like to do while short resting that doesn't, require you to strain yourself?
Does anyone have a deck of cards?
I do. You could play some cards if you want to.
Did you just mispronounce my gender? I'm kidding.
No, I did not say
A joke.
any gender.
I want to look through the 50 shit and see if any of them are doable currently in this first floor of the dungeon. Quote unquote doable.
I'm sorry, the internet broke for me a bit, but I only heard 50 shades of what?
I said 50 shit. I want to take a look at the 50 shit post quest that I have and see if any of them are doable on the first floor.
Got it. I thought
Doable.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go with 50 Shades of Grey for some reason. That's what I heard.
No.
You give me a 1d20. This is purely luck. Let's see. There's 50 of them, maybe something. Okay. What would I give? You know what? That sounds like something somebody would do just as an absolute meme. The quest that you sort of scoured through a bunch of the quests. Most of them are very much not doable. Some of them aren't quests even at all. Now that you see, picking them up, it's more like it's like a single sentence, and it's like not even a reward or anything.
Azog was here.
But one of them does actually have a reward. A single copper coin. Bring a rock. Not just any rock. The quest specifically says Mr. Rock.
Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through shit in my head.
Okay. Is anybody else going to be joining for the cards?
No.
Okay. So just for
I mean, wait. Let me just propose Arcane. If you want to play cards with me, I don't do cards without bet. Maybe a little bet. A tiny bet.
What are you willing to bet on?
Maybe like 5 gold pieces. If you can spare.
Nah. I'm going to back out.
Wow.
I do not have a proficiency in anything.
Cowardly. I expected more from
this.
you.
I am fine with this. How about rather than bargaining for gold, we bargain for favors?
Fair enough. I can work with that.
I like having favors and people owe me. I found it to be a lot more useful than gold.
Whoever wins gets one favor from the other person. Deal?
Deal. And we shake hands. Well, I propose my hand to shake it. And we shake hands.
I shake your hand.
The bet is set, and the tension is on.
I just keep smirking the whole time.
Well, there's an easy way to see if this is going to be a win or a loss, since it's kind of contested. Do you guys have proficiency with cards?
I do.
I don't.
Okay. This would be intelligence based. So you, Zamaan, since you have proficiency, you can roll a proficiency. But you, Arcane, just give me an intelligence check.
This is going to be sad. So I just roll intelligence, right?
Just intelligence.
Okay.
The guidance no apply unless you're using guidance. Actually, no, guidance would last. That would actually kind of be cheating. Depends how you want to go about it.
Did we tie?
Seriously. No, you
No.
you rolled it. No, you rolled a save.
Yeah, you rolled
What did I roll?
an intelligence save, and use them on the +4. Well, unless you.
How do I roll?
Okay, so you go on to
No, I rolled
the
the proficiency.
you go on to the intelligence. So at the left
Wouldn't
side.
the intelligence save be the same as the intelligence roll? Because it's gonna add the same.
I just clicked on intelligence.
It's not actually the same because there's a proficiency bonus. The intelligence on the left, not the where the intelligence is at the saving throws. The one left where there's a big number and then like a 10 under. You can see the intelligence above that.
Oh, okay.
That one. So
I guess so.
You shouldn't have said anything, huh?
Also, just a question. It says that I have, for some reason, in like the tool proficiencies, it says that I have a proficiency of 5, and it added just 4.
that plus hold up. No, that +4 is from guidance. That's because you have a global modifier. That's from a spell.
Oh.
The actual
fair enough.
9, you actually rolled a 4, but your total modifier is with a +5.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
go about this as you will, but and depending on what kind of game you're playing, Arcane takes the lead and well, wins.
Fair enough. A deal's a deal. You have one favor for me that you can use whenever you want.
Don't worry. I like playing cards especially. I don't play cards with just anyone. I find it people who I like to have around. And while I might have gotten on the wrong foot in the beginning, I do wish for us to be proper comrades.
I think the same. I didn't really have a bad opinion of you from the beginning, though. You seem interesting.
I have had a bad history with familias.
Fair enough.
Shitty comrades. You could say I'm not the wisest of us all.
Blessed. So, Boo, you feel like you have a devious plan in mind.
Oh, I absolutely have the most devious plan you have ever imagined, but we'll get there.
Okay.
It's gonna be like I am going to pick up a rock though.
Okay. I mean, readily available.
I assumed as much. Yes. Also, is it just me, or can I hear static occasionally from Demi's mic?
No, I can hear the static as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's
Static
fucking
there.
scraping the shit out of my ears.
Give me 1 second then. Tell me if it gets better. If not, I'll use push to talk.
Okay. It's
just
just from time to time. It's not every time you speak.
Yeah. I'm gonna use push to talk
Very
just to make it easier. Okay, yeah, rock is very already available. But besides that, do you just want to lick your wounds, or do you want to do something for the short rest?
Oh no, I just want to fucking lick my wounds.
Okay, Gildurk, anything from you?
Well, yes, I have actually a question first. Do I know like how the rearranging like roughly at least works?
The rearranging of
The
the
dungeon.
this would be somewhat common knowledge, primarily because it's actually quite vocal about it. Essentially, how it is supposed to work is every month, a
Like I actually have a specific question, so like you don't need to explain the entire thing. I just want to know if rooms themselves like stay intact.
um, that would be a bit more specific. And you've only started now adventuring. Do you have history or religion as proficients?
No.
Okay, then give me just an intelligence check, as you may or may not have heard about this. This is something that's more comes from experience rather than just
Cool.
You want to spend a fate point?
No.
Uh,
I wish that was a thing.
you know that it
I mean-
rearranges itself every month, and supposedly it's dangerous and not supposed to be inside when it happens. But in terms of like how consistent it stays or whatnot, you have no idea.
Okay. Well then, in that case, I'm gonna like try to get some rocks and well, like try to carve like the goddess symbol like on it and
Mhm.
build like a miniature shrine, like a very primitive one, and like put it in like a corner like here or so.
Yep. Easily enough done. Just as a sort of a thingy, I'm gonna, I suppose, put it like a little red box, just sort of indicate. But yeah, no. Just like Avi, rocks aplenty, and you definitely have tools to scrape and sort of put the symbol in, and you do make a nice little rock shrine, sort of a putting rocks on each other, find the ones that fit as a foundation, fitting ones. It ends up being very humble, modest. But with that, anything else somebody wants to do, or do we go on?
No, I'm fine. We can go on.
Okay. So, as an hour approximately passes, some of you, the pain from the previous battle sort of subsides. Some people get their, after trying to heavy hand sort of their, and slightly trying to push their jaw back into position to sort of wiggle it around. Some people just sort of band-aid it up to, not really taint their clothes. You're feeling a lot more rested, feeling back into, fit shape, and ready to go on. So, considering
You
that
say fit.
as fit as possible. Here in this room, though, it's pretty simplistic. There's one place that you enter from, which is, well, behind you, and there's only one way forward. And you progress on. And it doesn't take long, maybe it's literally like 5-10 meters, before you start to see that the tunnel forward of you starts to sort of do a little bit of almost like a slide sort of deal. Not in the sense like you're just gonna slide down and like there's no way back up. It's more like it's a nice little angle, and the rocks sort of seem to be a lot more smoother here, to the point where you could sort of roughly slide, but you can't just walk normally. And with using what little fire Zamaan produces, um, you can see that it goes for quite a bit. Progressing down through that, the place does seem to be getting a little bit more narrower, not in like a uncomfortable sense, just not claustrophobic. Just you can sort of notice it as you go on, step by step. And about 10-15 minutes later, after just sort of slightly trying to descend and descend, using that fire, you start noticing a similar feel, a similar glow. And as you sort of come out of this little tunnel into this wide expanse of a room, you notice once again a similar crystal to the one you've seen or before touched came from, and a similar lake as well. And with the fire as well in tow, once again, it is glittering. The top doesn't seem to be open. It seems to be once again a sort of a closed dome sort of deal. And with maybe some exceptions here and there, I'm not sure how precise you want to be with details, but it looks basically the same as the first room. As you sort of all come out and make sort of make your step there and start sort of making noises as you're sort of crawling out and coming out, you notice ripples happening in the water. Slight ripples. Starts from like one side, then from another, then more and more and more, until it ends up being just a lot of ripples just constantly interloping with each other, just hitting each other, bouncing off more ripples. It's a real ripple effect. Damn, I don't know what's happening. Please tell me about this.
Nah, like, just sometimes when you randomly speak, it's not static as in, like, it's... It feels like someone's scratching in my ears. Yeah, it's like sparks zapping. And it's when you're speaking only, so when you go to push to talk, it won't really matter because you're still gonna be fucking speaking.
Yeah. I also had, like, choppy between the sparks because I feel like my headset just canceled you out when you were sparking.
Yeah, the only thing that could come to my mind was that the microphone actual plugin might have gotten loose a bit, so I took it out and put it back in again. If it continues,
Maybe there's some dust. Maybe there's some dust inside as well.
Blow on it.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, you'd be surprised with how many problems are solved by just blowing on it.
Yeah, we're just blowing.
You can really see the fucking gears turning in his head anytime someone says a joke.
Aw,
okay.
poor Demmy.
Hopefully better. I don't know anymore.
We shall see.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll judge you based on your mic quality.
I honestly don't know. To be fair, it could be dying at this point. It's served me for a while.
It's still there.
I mean, look, you can't really do anything about it right now because we
Yeah.
have no fucking idea what's causing the problem. Hell, it could be OBS. I have no clue.
Yeah, just continue. Fuck
Okay.
it.
Hopefully it's not terrible. Too bad. But and as you see these ripples and well, you sort of prep yourself, not sure what might be coming out of this glittering water, and you just notice as one of the ripples, a little thing comes out, sort of roundish, with a slight glimmer to itself as well on its back. And then from the water another one, and another one, till you see hundreds, possibly even thousands of these little bugs just coming out of the water, flying around up in the sort of this dome area, and with the help of the crystal. And as you're sort of looking a little bit still on guard, but also fascinated, as you sort of look up and you can see the night sky almost, with which each little bug almost acting as a star distant in its way.
I'm gonna catch one.
Sure. Give me. This wouldn't be difficult. Just give me. Honestly, either athletics or acrobatics.
To be honest, I thought I was gonna have to fly up, but
I mean, you can do that. Like they're gonna try and avoid. Yeah, no. You basically one of them sort of passes nearby you, and you just sort of take, and you have one in your hand.
Do you want a pouch? Avi, do you want a pouch?
I have a pouch. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the pouch with the ball bearings.
Oh. Can I also catch
Sure.
a few?
Either
Or he's
acrobat.
Okay.
So, what is this thing called?
Well, for that, does anybody have? Oh, give me on that one. That's a natural one. Does anybody have nature?
Fuck it. I think I do actually. Wait a minute. I fucking don't, yeah, because I remember I'm waiting until Yep, never mind.
I think no one does. We
Yo.
established that last time
Yeah, you're right.
with
Okay.
the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have history though.
Good to know. I will say, because it's similar enough, they on first glance do kind of look like fireflies, but considering that they just came from water and aren't giving out that constant glow, it's more of a glimmer, almost like a sparkle, rather than a constant like light.
Okay. So what you're telling me is, in this universe, it's canon that we have fireflies and waterflies. You see where I'm going with this?
There's
The
earth.
fuck are my earth and air flies?
I think an air fly is just a
Wait.
regular fly.
Nah. Air fly is an even more fly. That's sunglasses.
But is it like the pilot sunglasses?
But all in all, they aren't, harmful. Like the one that you caught, Avi, is trying to obviously escape your grasp, but it doesn't seem to be biting. It's just seemingly trying to fly out of your grip. But yeah, you store it in the pouch with the ball bearings. You,
I have
Arcane.
a question.
Hold on a
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
I do need to finish with Arcane first. Arcane, as you sort of try and go for one of them, similar to Avi, one of them passes nearby, and you're like, haha, miss. And then sort of instinctually, as you're trying to go for it, as it sort of speeds up, realizing that there's danger, you go for another one, miss, and as you go for the third one, you sort of push your body a bit too much, and you lose balance, and you just flop down into the water real fast.
Motherfucker!
It is cold and wet.
It isn't that. Look, it isn't that hard. This is how you do it, and I'm gonna catch another one.
I have a question first.
Okay, go for it, Zamaan.
Go for it. Yeah.
Can I try burning all the firefly?
How would you try to do so?
I would try throwing my produce flame at it.
There's a lot of them, and I guess this kind of ends up being a swarm, so you could hit multiple. You can go for it. Just post the spell in the chat.
Just a second.
And you, Avi, can roll in the acrobatics, try and see if you can catch another one.
Also,
Huge
that
font.
was an accident.
Yeah.
The roll was an accident.
The flame shines as well as with make an attack. Make a ranged attack on a hit with a 10. Yeah, I'd say this ends up hitting some. Just roll for damage just to see how many it burns. But with an 11, easily enough. Though you don't catch this one quite perfectly. You do actually miss one, but catch with the other one. But you have another one with you. Use them on roll the damage if you would.
Can you just use the roll I already rolled?
No, that's to hit.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You click on the produce.
I'm pretty sure produce frame is in a 1d20 in damage.
No.
That's again a 1d20.
The
I did click on the
produce
spell in the.
on the
No, on the produce flame, I think in the actual like roll box that you rolled.
Let me check. Oh yeah, no, it does work. The where you rolled in the chat, under like self and the roll, there's produce flame, and next to like a +5. Click that one.
Yeah. My bad.
3. So as you're all sort of catching, and some of you glimpsing up and enjoying the view,
And some
Zamaan,
of us failing.
some of us failing and trying to pushing it. The water doesn't feel different. You are just able to get out normally, and as that's sort of happening, Zamaan, sort of the light that you sort of had sort of reflecting all around you, suddenly it becomes a lot more darker in here, with the exception of the fireflies, as Zamaan just throws the sort of fire that he made in his thing and hits a few of them, and they do burn for a second before just falling down. You maybe got like 10-15 of them in this sort of like little clutter. They do seem to sort of move away from that area as it's sort of now empty, but as the time passes they seem to sort of come back to that area, just sort of filling it up again.
Fair enough, I was just testing.
Can I try again to catch one while I'm there basically trying to dry myself off, moving my hands, pissed off and cursing on all 3 languages that I know?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna fail again. This is gonna be terrible.
You don't you don't fall in, but you're not able to catch one. It seems that
Fuck's sake.
for whatever reason,
I'm just gonna ask, do you need another demonstration?
Yeah, can you get one for me? Can you help a homie out?
Here, have this one. I'll give you the other one that I just
Do,
called.
do I also lose this one if he's giving me this? Am I that clumsy?
no. If you pass nicely, you can share and care. So both of you do have.
Thank you, Abby. Bless you.
You guys do have in quotation marks Firefly. 1 each.
Thank you, Abby. I really appreciate it. This might come in handy in the future, and I put it in my little pouch. And I put the pouch back.
But besides that, the bugs will note as well that the water itself, now there's sort of as you fell in things, it does seem to be not glimmering as it did before, but now sort of having this reflective touch to it. So it seems that whatever caused the water to sort of shimmer was probably due to, well, the bugs shimmering down below as well. But the bugs are just gonna keep at it, and you guys have acquired, well, bugs yourselves. Would you like to continue to the X floor?
Licks.
What did you say?
Let's just continue on.
No, I just want to ask, what does the, like you said, basically the waterflies fly up and it looks like the night sky, so I'm assuming it's very dark up top.
Yeah, no, I mean, with the exception, like, the entire place is dark. The only, like, light that you guys have here is the small glow from the crystal itself. You guys have the glow that the waterflies themselves make, and, well, Zamaan giving you guys light with fire itself, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, looking up above, it's dark, and because the produced flame doesn't emanate that much.
No, I understand, yeah.
Only exception being there's no moon.
Never mind then. Alright, never mind then.
Okay. So, as you guys approach the crystal, some of you had a bit rushed feeling, some of you didn't quite. But as you sort of approach the crystal, a familiar sensation that, well, you just experienced just a bit ago comes back in a sort of a warmth sort of style, and as you sort of all press your hand on the crystal, once again the feeling of just simply being painlessly atomized before reappearing in the split second, even less than that, into another place happens. And as you sort of get your sort of bearing back and sort of consciousness kind of like hits you again, it's like, okay, I'm here. You see that there's the crystal right behind you, and what seems to be just an actual square-like, or rather rectangle-like tunnel. Looking up, you see wooden beams. Looking down, as you're sort of like stepping on something that doesn't quite feel like the stone or that you were stepping on, you notice rail tracks. You seem to be, from just this, possibly in like some kind of mine. And
Yo, how deep are we?
Why 12?
Yes.
enough to find diamonds.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But with Zamaan hitting, presumably with the fire again and sort of light emanating slowly, it's a bit of a hard see, and the tunnel seems to just sort of go straight. But you do see that the tunnel, about 25-ish meters in front of you, seems to sort of open up into a larger area.
All right. I mean, look. Fucking. I want to take a look from the high ground by, flying up and
Yeah.
seeing if there's anything hiding anywhere.
This being like currently where you are in this sort of tunnel like area, because it was made for mining and stuff, it is a bit taller than sort of natural cave formations. I would say that it's possibly like 15, 20,
I mean,
15, 20
you
feet.
said like the larger open area, right?
Yeah, so if you go in, yeah, you can. So
Yeah, I'll just like fly up and like
yeah, do you have, just a note, do you have dark vision?
What the fuck do you think?
I'm asking you.
Absolutely the fuck not.
So you go ahead in front and you do, well, go in and you are in a larger pace, but the rest kind of have to catch up to bring the light as well. You do not see anything. It is dark in here.
Can I just throw
Question.
my flame ahead?
Excuse me?
Can I throw the flame ahead?
You can, and it will provide some light before quickly dissipating. So you can do that as a sort of quick shift torch.
Yeah,
How
that. What? Sorry.
I have light. I have the spell light. I accidentally clicked that. I'm sorry.
No, it's good that you did. Because this...
I was thinking if Avi has an object, I can provide him with a source of light. Because I have the firefly, so I can make it light now.
The firefly. This is what you touch one object. A firefly is considered a living creature, so you can't.
No, no, no. I need the firefly for the spell. That's why I asked for it. That's why I was trying to get it.
Oh, that's blessed.
Yes.
Nice.
You accidentally gave me the thing I need.
Can't remember exactly for racial traits, but sure, let's go with it. So as you sort of take out, what would you like to well, put light on? Like, what object on Avi?
Well, before Avi flies away, Avi, question: do you have an object I can provide you with a light spell so you actually have a source of vision? And we can do our glowing boy here.
Yes. I'll give you my torch.
Okay.
And
You could have told me you have a torch, bitch. Though you can't fly with a torch, can you? Can you?
I absolutely
you
can.
Yeah, you can. You can. He has arms.
Yup.
Fucking bird people.
And using the firefly, sort of, you don't kill it. Like, this can be used multiple times. You do sort of just sort of wrap around the torch before a sort of bright light hits you and sort of, kind of hits your eyes for a second. But there is now light.
Big light. Now we can actually see, and Avi, you can see wherever you go, and it's safe to use. And it's gonna last for 1 hour.
Nice.
And your feathers will not catch fire.
Exactly why I gave you my torch.
Aww.
I'm a head on.
Aww.
Yep.
Okay.
Heading up a front, and now that you actually have a light source and can see, the place is large. There's points where the light can't hit, but what you can see is that this, you're not really familiar with mines, but you do see that what this could have been is some sort of hub, either maybe a starting area or whatnot, because you do see places like tables, though very old and sort of almost on the verge of breaking down, sort of smaller.
Did you just say tables?
Yes. You do see rooms that sort of, some of them had doors that are now almost shredded, like half doors, basically broken off. Some of them seem to have, like on the top, a sort of curtain. You do see some mine carts and like some empty casks and things. This seemed to have been a place where people may have, and checking in some of the rooms and whatnot. You do see slight accommodations like beddings and stuff, though old and absolutely gone. You would think that this is possibly a place where maybe the miners, whoever was here, slept, worked, possibly ate. But anything in terms of what, might be dangerous or hostile does not catch your attention. Nothing you see here.
I'll proceed to land and tell the others they can hurry up.
You all go forward and see a similar scenario. But there is this sort of air of, well, not really loneliness, but it is, for a place where people should have been, does definitely feel desolate. Doesn't help that it's underground.
Question.
Hmm?
Can I investigate if there are some mine carts or chests or something left by the miners that mine there?
There's chests inside of minecarts.
Sure. If you're going to be, are you like specifying on a place, or do you want to sort of do a general sweep around the place?
A general sweep around, yeah.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
And this is going to take you maybe like 10, 15-ish minutes. 23. Okay. You look around. It doesn't seem, from what minecarts you can sort of see, some of them do have stuff in them, but it's primarily though stone and rock. Not even anything that seems to be of valuable ore. Other things that sort of catch your glance, but are very rusty tools. That pickaxes, chisels, cutlery, even absolutely rusted, gone. Most things, in terms of even stuff like clothing, or because there were like wardrobes and stuff, most of it gone. Place was desolate. But as you're sort of looking around and going, deciding to, well, maybe somebody left something somewhere. You do find, maybe because of the rot sort of revealed or whatnot, sort of a material that doesn't seem to fit, either with the sort of hay or with the wood on some of the beddings. And as you sort of pull it out, it very slightly rips. It's very delicate to the touch, but as you see, it seems to have been a letter. And as you sort of open it and look, what languages do you speak?
I speak
Parlez-vous français?
I speak Common, Primordial, and Draconic.
Yeah, you see symbols, almost runic in a sort of sense that you do not understand. But it does seem to, well, be a letter with words.
Did you say it was torn? Did I like hear it?
It almost,
Someplace or
as you sort of pulled it out, it's almost slightly torn. It's super delicate to the touch, either possibly due to age, a little bit of possible sogginess that it opened up. Like even the ink itself is like barely holding on, and it's hard to decipher things. It's still readable, possibly.
I just mean, yeah. That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
If I did damage it to that point, that some of it isn't readable. Can I show it to the others? Maybe someone knows how to read it.
Yeah, of course.
Hey guys, I found this.
Does
anyone know this language?
Does anybody speak Dwarven?
Not me.
Also, I will need to just excuse myself for 1 second.
Sorry, but what did you do just then?
The static
Oh my God.
killed us.
Seriously, though, no one does speak Dwarven.
No.
Sag.
No.
We don't have like 3 languages.
I have 4.
Yes.
And no,
I'll get more when I fucking eventually do my thing.
I mean, I can just bring it back to town, find someone to decipher it.
oh my god.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can I just put it in my pouch and maybe bring it back
Yeah.
to
Of course.
decipher it in town? In town, maybe.
Yeah. No problemo.
Be like a fucking shopping list.
Oh, can I maybe check if there's thieves' cant, if there's hidden symbols?
Make me an investigation check as well, then.
Oh fuck.
Like on the letter itself, no, but make it an investigation check. You find nothing of the sorts.
Oh damn it. Okay. You really chose the dwarf language, didn't you? Knowing that none of us have it.
I mean, it's a mine
It's
shaft.
obvious.
No.
Diggy hole, Mia.
Yes. We've got to fucking find the
Did
old
you
chest
play
anyway.
Skyrim?
They made baby gamer.
But after checking the place, and once again, most of it is just desolate, which I'd say with your high investigation, Zamaan, and sort of looking around, this place looks like it was, after looking, there's nothing here. So either somebody might have looted something, or it's just abandoned. Most likely abandoned. Like, doesn't seem like anything bad happened. It's more like people just got up and left.
Yeah, I just warn everyone that something might be here that could be dangerous.
Could
So
I?
we need
Can
to
we draw
be
our
careful.
weapons?
Could I? I want to see if there's sign, like, if I can see how if they left, like, quote unquote recently, or if I can see if there's signs of anything living down here
Um,
from
I think
this room alone.
I think that would be. I think the thing that fits most here would be like a survival check. I think.
Exactly why I phrased it like that. Damn it.
You know,
Shit's
you.
rough.
I mean, your best glance, if like in terms of like distance, stuff's rotten. Uh, things are obviously rusted, most likely not used or conditioned at all. You have no idea how long this might have been, but nah, ain't nobody living here. At least that's what you think.
Well, I think it's clear.
Yeah, I'm still on this map, but whose imagination?
Also, when I
Gildurk,
was
you've been quiet.
investigating,
Gildurk, you've been quiet. Anything you want to do?
Not really. I think it's really weird that there's like stuff in here. No, like
I
you know,
do.
abandoned stuff. Like
Mhm.
the place, like the rearrangement would probably make it, you know, a bit unlikely that someone would actually go and set up, you know, like a long-term camp like this. This is what I'm thinking.
Oh, it could be related to that note Zamaan found.
Well, maybe. But sadly, no one can read it. Actually,
Oh, well.
is that like you know linguistics in this one? No.
No,
Sad.
you either sort of speak a language or you really kind of don't.
Well, I know. I say we press on.
also,
Real. Oh,
I just wanted to ask if there was only one exit or were there multiple when I was investigating? Did I notice more?
The only two exits here is the one behind you where you guys came from the crystal, and one going forward.
Okay.
So onwards.
Shall we then move on?
Okay. So as you sort of collect your
Can
stuff.
I
Yes.
can I like add like while they move on, my character just like wanders, Arcane wanders a bit around. First time actually seeing a mine and being almost very impressed, not knowing actually what's happening, just wandering around, very confused.
You do so. But eventually you press on. The As it continues on, it does seem to, well, continue being a mine, honestly. Rail tracks going in one direction, support beams trying to sort of prevent any form of cave-ins, going on and on. And not um uh words. Not shortly after, thank you, Brang. It instantly starts branching out, and you see rail tracks sort of going left, right, a bit further, left, right, with tunnels on their own. It seems that whatever kind of mining went on here. And eventually there comes a point where it even sort of splits off, as you can see, as you sort of just investigate this one line. One sort of tracks go to the left and sort of starts going down. One sort of just seems to be coming from up. And investigating some of these branches around, most of them sort of finish in some sort of dead end. You just sort of see, either a stop or possibly some rocks sort of slid in, or like, just sort of wood placed around, with various tools, sort of abandoned places where you're supposed to put like torches or lamps, just dead end to dead end. I will say one thing though, as you probably are checking this out, Avi, you have, if I remember right, proficiency with jeweler's tools, right?
Yes, I do.
This would be close enough to the point where give me a intelligence roll with that jeweler's tool. It would be
Okay.
close enough.
With pop. What is with my rolling? Oh,
Okay, you notice nothing.
wait. I use my jewel tool to notice things. What?
Because it's about your proficiency with that. Don't worry about it.
Maybe.
Actually, hold up.
I guess fair. If you want to go with that, yeah.
Just a note, this doesn't change your roll because you don't have really anything up to including of proficiency and stuff. Use the old one, not the new one. The character sheet.
What? Sorry.
Use your old character sheet, the level 1
Oh.
one, not the level 2 one.
Why?
Try and guess. You haven't leveled up yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, you fuck, you're right. Yeah, my bad. Absolutely my bad.
That was just preparation since it's most likely going to happen this session.
Jesus, fourth wall breaking.
Gotta notify.
Well, luckily now I am at. Please.
The roll would be the same.
I am at a I am at a total of 66% of my HP, but the roll will still be the same. Yeah. Yoink. Well, better.
My Chrome might have just crashed.
What?
No joke. I can't move anything on the
That's what you get for using Chrome.
so it would seem.
My brother did a boo-boo as well.
Demmy, yeah, same, mine too.
Your browsers suck. Fucking Edge Master Race.
Disgusting.
It paid off. I will never let any of you. I will
use big
I'm gonna start using Opera. This is how bad it
Look,
is.
I'm literally never
I'm
gonna let
using
any one of
Opera.
you
It
live
doesn't
this down.
matter.
Need to go to Opera.
never
Cheers.
gonna-
Okay,
I'm never gonna fucking let anyone live this down.
Hashtag sponsored.
Literally best
Opera.
browser.
Okay. So things seem to have reset after, well, just doing a simple refresh. The reroll doesn't do really anything because it's like the same result, so nothing there. But you notice nothing. Continuing on, after finding one potential place that seems like, hey, that's going down, right? Should be good. Eventually you go there, and it seems that it's not that difficult to see, actually. There seems to be a very massive cave in here. You can see the support beams around, just fell, blocked, cracked. You see wood just being places where not you shouldn't be, and sort of just looking around, seeing is there any way to possibly pass this or whatnot, and sort of moving a bit of the rocks, and you would notice a very, very old looking sort of skeletal hand. And, well, as sort of somebody pushes out one of the rocks, and they sort of just possibly look if it's connected or not. No. It seems to just be a skeletal hand. Age-wise, it is absolutely brittle. It is all, by all intentions, just simply old. That's how it feels. Dusty. So somebody might have had an accident. Going back, trying to find another way out, you eventually come into, after, I would say, half an hour of walking and going through sort of these large parts of branchings and rail tracks, you eventually find and go into a place that is, once again, opening. Very much sort of open. Just to make sure everything's right. Yeah, I can just move you guys here. In this place, as you sort of just first glance, as you sort of come in, a lot more when it comes to barrels, a lot more when it comes to minecars. Doesn't seem like the hub area from before. It seems more like this might have still been like some form of hub area, but it more seems for like various minecarts and whatever they might have been digging here. By the way, just you guys can place yourself like on the left. You guys would be like coming from the left.
I'm gonna try to reload the page because I'm still like on the other one and I cannot see anything past the lol.
Yeah. What browser are you using, Redomer?
Chrome, but it's still working. Like, it's not freezing up. It's just
Yeah, it might have just sort of, I don't know, maybe something just Chrome happened. I don't know. Yes, I can drag you out, no problem in that case. And yeah, by the way,
Matrix.
and just a note, this will I dragged yours as well out. This will, by the way, notify sort of your marching position. So as you sort of just, well, how you guys walk basically. But you guys see this, and first glance, like with the light that you do have, seems mostly empty. But as you progress forward, and well, I guess I can move these sort of guys a bit up here, and to also switch this to up. As you guys,
Why go down? Why go on the shitty path?
there's, I mean, you guys can walk where you want. I'm just sort of placing you.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously not.
You guys, well, do notice something, and it doesn't take, special eyes to see this, especially with the light giving as much as it does. In front of you, as you sort of are mostly looking left and up, you don't see it sort of being placed at the very bottom. You notice webs, not just like regular cobwebs or, abandoned kind of webs, webs, just sort of very, very thick in sort of, it's like very dense in its sort of webbing, just sort of placed around on the floor, almost like covering it like some form of sheet.
Can I burn the webs?
Would it produce flame?
Yes.
Yeah, you can very much do so. And just because I can, 1 second. Just to sort of demonstrate, I think I can put this on the map player.
Nice.
Yeah. You start burning the webs.
Can the rest of us move back?
Oh yeah, you can definitely. Like, you guys are in control of your token. You can just place where you want to be, sort of in a normal way. As you just take the light, the flames you have, and just onto the webs, it starts making a nice little fire. And
Toasty.
you do notice small forms of spiders, sort of just as you can sort of smell, not really smell, a little bit of burning, obviously, but you kind of also just see them sort of walking around and almost spreading the fire on the web, possibly hidden around with some barrels and whatnot. And that fire is spreading all across the webs. just going and just... Can I... I'm just gonna delete them one at a time. It deletes after like about 5-ish minutes of just, burning and just spreading and properly filling out. It destroys one piece of web there before spreading on to the others. Going against one and another and another. It's going to take some time for all this to burn out, but eventually it will, because it's all interconnected and you just hear. And, well, as you do, and as that keeps on burning, I'm going to need perception checks.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This is how I die.
No.
Oh, that ends up being a meme.
Just a second. My
Mhm.
thing is loading a bit slowly because I had to reload.
Yeah, I'm reloading still myself.
Okay, no problemo.
Sorry for asking it again. How do you roll for perception again? Isn't it?
Um,
It isn't on
It's on your sheet.
passive, is it?
You click perception on your sheet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Yeah, sorry.
No. We're still learning. Okay. 14. And yeah, I'll just wait for
Yeah, so like watching a nice circle.
well,
You know, how about you roll for me, and maybe it will load for me at some point.
alright. Gildurk. God damn it, the B-boofy text. Swear to God. Perception. Okay. Well. Everybody, with the exception of Arcane, you guys start hearing as sort of the burning happening. You hear a squeal. And you're not quite sure what, but as a sort of burning thing, the squealing becomes stronger and stronger, stronger. Before, eventually, as you see sort of popping, sort of running away and sort of popping away from what seems to be things, and now with the light working, you guys notice two very, very large spiders sort of just moving, and it's trying to sort of get away from the burning webs, just sort of moving out of them. And you guys are here primarily from the one that was nearby, but you can see with a bit of distance, and after the burning, you do see the one a bit more distant away. I'm going to need initiative rolls from everybody.
Okay.
Actually, hold up. Before you roll, remove all turns. Yep, cleared. Okay.
Yoink. Ah, decent.
I don't want to roll. Tonight's cursed.
Let me try. Where the fuck is their initiative?
I am I am actually 0.01 better than you. Ha.
Hopefully. Yep.
How do you add ourselves to the turn?
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna have to do it myself manually. Just a note. When we roll initiative, just because of how Roll20 works, click on your token, so the person that's on the map, and then click initiative. That's going to basically allow it to automatically add to the turn order.
Okay.
So,
I'll remember it in the future. Yeah.
Yep. I'm just going to, for the time being, place everybody.
To be honest, I completely forgot. I just did it on accident.
Don't worry about it. 13.15, and Zamaan is 20.12. Gildurk, how are you looking with the Chrome?
You didn't change mine. You changed Arcane's to 20.12.
Hell? Okay, my bad. That was weird. 20.12. Now it should be, okay? Sending. Cool. Wow. Did you try refreshing? You did refresh, right?
Yeah, I refreshed.
Yeah, I think just Crow might have just... I mean, if it happened for 3 people, I think Crow might have just died for some people. Do you want me to roll for you then?
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Just
14.
search.
Okay, so with the exception of Arcane, since Arcane rolled a 0 and a natural 1 and you are lower, you, Arcane, are surprised, which means that right now you're not going to act basically the first turn because you're basically caught off guard. The rest,
Oh,
because they
wonderful.
guys passed, you guys can go. So, first on the turn order, Zamaan, what would you like to do?
Just a second. Just need to remind myself.
Take your time, take your time. We're still learning.
Yeah. Because every time I click on my character sheet, it just loads really slowly.
You know what? Perfect timing. I need to get a sponsor by Opera GX, the real gaming browser.
Can
Actually,
I like move?
It has a VPN.
Wait. Oh yeah. How do I do the arrow thing? Oh yeah.
the
Yeah, I remember.
fifth one on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yep.
Yeah, this. I just wanted to. Why is it not?
The fifth one. So under the magnifying glass, it should automatically be the ruler. You click on a box, and then you drag.
Oh, I can move it.
Yep.
So I can move. To...
Yep. You have enough movement.
If I go here, is the spider unobscured? I'm not sure because the corner is a bit weird on the map.
Yeah. I would say from that angle, it's not unobscured. You would have line of sight of it.
Yeah, so I'll move here.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just use a firebolt on the spider?
Yes, you can.
So I just like, yeah, I
Yep.
remember. Just a second. That.
That's going to be a miss. So as you sort of move and take a look of this spider, sort of just peering across, sort of like 2-3 of its like little, I think they're just called legs. I'm not sure what spider legs are called. Spider legs. Sort of 3 are just pressing onto the corner, sort of just peering across things. You sort of look as you sort of start producing this flame, this sort of reflection into its eyes, and as it sort of catches you off guard looking at all of that, sort of just a little bit freaked out, you try and just whoosh your firebolt over, but it just goes up. Like you sort of just made like a curveball of the firebolt just going up. And
Sag.
um so next on that, actually you used all of your movement. You used a spell. I don't think you have anything for like a bonus action yet, right? Or anything. Like, do you want to do any like? If
No,
you...
no. I just end my turn. I don't have any bonus actions yet.
Okay, so next is the giant wolf spiders. So the one that is all the way over here, who is sort of looking at all the things, is just going to see the first person in front, sort of with some of the armor sort of gleaming out, being real attractive. It's going to spend most its move just moving 40 all the way up to you, Gildurk, using both its sort of move action and standard action to just purely move up. And you sort of see, Gildurk, as you know, you're prepped. You see this sort of monstrosity come over as it just sort of skitters over towards you, and sort of just sort of preps back, sort of pushes itself back, trying almost ready to attack. The other one is going to react to the person who sent fire at it, and just try to. It's going to move right in front of your face, Zamaan, and just sort of take that opportunity to go and attack you. Let's see if it tries to hit.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit you?
A 15, I think it. Yeah, it does hit me.
Okay, so you take, let's see, 3 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just a second.
That's going to be above your skills.
Yeah. I can.
Okay,
Good.
nice actually.
Oh.
So as the large spider just goes and you're sort of having to react, not having a shield or anything, you sort of instinctually put your hand up and it sort of grabs on with its sort of mandibles, just chomping into you. Hurts as like a motherfucker as it sort of bites in, and you feel this sort of fluid-like thing almost trying entering your veins. You can feel it in your hand trying to react, but you sort of clasp out of the mandibles, and with a little bit of your sort of, I suppose, inner fire, I want to say, you sort of just press it and almost start having the sort of toxin that was coming into you just sort of burst out in a sort of a bit of pressure and fire, almost as if like your body is just ignoring it. Nice. Well, that's gonna be fucking spiders. Gildurk, your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna track the one in front of me.
Go for it.
I think I finally just loaded. Fingers crossed.
I
Oh, no.
believe.
Ah. Okay, we actually. Okay, where the fuck's the mace? There it is.
Yeah, that's going to hit. And that's yeah, instantly roll damage 7. Nice. Let me just do math. That ends up being 6, yeah. So as it sort of rears back, you sort of take that a moment and just go back, whack, sort of at the side of what would be, I suppose, a spider's face, and you just sort of see that you've crushed almost like 3 of its sort of eyes at the side. You can see sort of some kind of ooze, probably blood, just sort of oozing out as you hear this sort of screech just come out of it. Anything else you'd like to do?
What? Can I? No, another move, of course.
You can move. Just note attack of opportunities and staying close. You can move to sort of go around it or whatnot. That's not going to proc it, but leaving its threat range will do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I won't.
Okay. Next, Avi, your turn.
I'm muted. My bad.
Hmm?
I'm gonna run up to the one Gildark's fighting, and I'm gonna shank it with sneak attack.
Go for it.
It's gonna be rapier. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Thank you. Now we hit one of these.
What's
14
10?
damage.
Yeah. Easy. As the sort of mace hits and it sort of reveals to the side and tries to go on Gildurk, you sort of just quickly, as sort of a wind sort of hits you in the back of Gildurk, as a sort of speed just comes behind you, and you just sort of find a nice little angle and just sort of stab it through the sort of top of its head, sort of where I suppose a spider brain would be. I honestly don't know how spiders work, but and you just sort of pull out, and you see that its motions sort of just instantly stop there before it just sort of naturally flips over, and you can see it's still sort of riveting, almost like as the nerves just got absolutely shocked, and it sort of crumples up as a dead spider would. That one's going to be dead.
I said Gildark.
Thank you, Adi. I will like to inform spiders do not have brains.
Yeah, they had nerves and it's above their stomach.
Look, I have absolutely no clue about spiders.
Look,
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest, neither do I. I'm not a spiderologist.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I know it from biology class.
Arcane, your turn.
So I can't do shit, so I'm just absolutely like confused and in the dark in every way possible, because on my left I just see fire being shot, and on this side I see people fighting, but I can't make out what's happening and I can't make out the enemy. the place is just too overwhelming at this moment, and I'm absolutely not aware. So I'm just slowly getting anxious and panicky and just looking around.
Thank you. Next round. Zamaan, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna move away from the spider. Just a second.
Okay.
Let me just do a bit of yeah. I'm next to Gildurk, and I try to hit the spider again with the firebolt.
Okay.
So Demmy, something
that-
before that.
Yeah, he's able to take an attack of opportunity since you ran away from it. So, as you sort of try to sort of evade it and sort of go, the spider sort of just quickly sort of using its little senses and sort of just instantly sort of looking, sees a perfect opportunity to just go on you again and sort of just goes on you. Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
I thought so. You take 2 damage, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, no, this one's not going to work. So, as you sort of go, it bites you in your leg as it sort of grabs onto that for a second with its little fuzzy little legs, and sort of bites in. You sort of hurt and limp a bit. Actually, before you move all the way there, let me just do. You feel once again the similar feeling of toxin coming back into you, and this time, as you're trying to repress it, you start to lose feeling in your leg, and you start losing feeling in your thighs, and it keeps on going. Let me see how much damage this does. An additional 4 damage.
Well, I'm dead.
At what HP are you? You're just simply unconscious.
Yeah.
If the poison reduces its target to hit, target is stable but poisoned for 1 hour. So I'm not sure where I'm not sure where the what is it called? Thing is. Actually, no. Click on your token, and they're gonna find like a symbol and like try and choose one like either like the flask or something to just represent that you've been poisoned. And as I'm gonna say that you were able to like limp over here before the poison really starts to kick in and just gets you. And
what do I click on when I click on my token?
on your token,
or the other thing?
the other thing, and you're gonna see like a bunch of symbols. Just choose one that seems appropriate for like being poisoned. But you are unconscious, but you are not dying. You are just simply unconscious. You are considered stable, basically. So, Arcane, you see as you're sort of trying to grasp the entire situation, you just see Zamaan get bit again and just sort of limps, tries to look at his wound, tries to move a bit more before just almost tensing up his body. You can see sort of the muscles working before just falling down, and then just slumps down onto the floor. Still burning, he's still bright in his own way, just on the floor. So, that's Zamaan. The giant wolf spider. Seeing that one is down and already sort of the toxin goes in, you see that the spider sort of does a little sort of a hiss, really high pitched, before you, Arcane, as well, once again notice its sort of gaze, sort of all 8 eyes just sort of focus on you before it goes on you and latch. And it's going to try and attack you.
Wonderful.
I believe an 8 does not hit you, though.
I have armor class 13. Does that mean it doesn't?
Yeah, it's lower than that. So, it just rolls too low. So, even in your confusion, your body just instinctually just moves out of the way. Like, you almost like slap.
It's anxiety.
Yeah, you just sort of slap it away, move again, as it sort of just lands full body in front of you, missing its attack. It still looks up to you, sort of mandibles working, ready to strike again. The other one's dead. Gildurk.
I have a question. Is like flanking a thing? And if I move here, like, what kind of flanking for those two?
Flanking is similar as in Pathfinder, so you basically have to like, because this is a medium creature rather. You kind of have to be right opposite, right? But here, flanking, rather than giving just like a +2, gives you advantage on the roll.
I see. Well, I'm gonna move here.
Yeah, I
Does it, yeah.
don't
This
think it does because you didn't exit.
Okay, fair enough. And then I will track it.
Okay. An 18 very much hits, and doing 6 damage. Sort of, actually, no, hold up. Just for funsies, because you two are flanking, make roll again, just one more time, just to see if it, for any chance, crits.
Sure.
Because this would be with advantage. Okay, 18 is the higher one. So you just come from behind, and you just see, this massive sort of abdomen looking back, and honestly, it's a prime target for getting smashed. And you sort of just take your mace, whack down, and you make a big dent into its abdomen. You can actually see sort of blood from some of the pores that it has just sort of oozes out onto its fuzzy back, and you just leave that dent. It squeals in front and sort of turns around quickly, noticing that somebody's behind it, and well, if a spider can't be pissed, it's pissed. So that's 6 damage. That's then this much HP. Thank you, Adi, for once again another some spiders. Wait, are you sure the spiders don't have blood? Don't they have some form of blood?
They don't have. They have something similar to blood, but it's not called blood.
See,
Blood is
Adi's
what,
very much an
iodine is.
actually type of person, so you know.
Yeah, okay. It is blood for all intents and purposes. Okay.
No.
Avi, you're next.
I see Gildurk went and essentially just whacked another spider, and I'm just thinking, yo, what if the same thing happens again? So I'm just gonna try and aim for the spot where my boy Gildurk made, quite the dent.
You're not flanking in this case, since you're not into that position, but you.
To be honest, I have
that
no idea what position the spider's facing.
it just.
I would flank it if I could.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep track of that. But you do sneak attack will proc here because.
I mean, no, I understand, but I want to flank it, and I have no idea where to go to flank it.
Gildurk and Arcane have that position, and somebody needs to be basically exactly on the other side.
So where?
Nowhere. The places are taken up.
Okay, then tell me it like that, jeez.
Yeah, okay. Just informing.
You didn't, though. So 22 hit again.
Yes, it fucking does. Do the damage.
7.
7. That is honestly still enough. Yeah, no, it goes basically to -2. I mean, so in a sense of deja vu, Gildurk. Not quite. This one's sort of from the back. Though I think this would be similar to what Arcane sees. Big thing in front of it. Little birdie guy comes over, stabs it where, well, I think the brain would be, and so I think Avi then thinks the brain is there as well.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that. You know what? Just to point it in better, blood comes out as you put that rapier out. And
Adi's triggered.
yeah, and the spider sort of, as you sort of pull back with the rapier, it goes so limp, like you're able to, like, it follows your rapier a bit, almost like a shish kebab sort of deal before you take it out, and it just sort of plumps once again, sort of like having convulsions. And you may do so, Arcane. Describe how you'd like to do so.
And considering that I was useless in the battle, I look at the stupid little spider's like body now twitching, and as it's dying and probably already dead with the not blood dripping over, and I just take my foot and I step on the little piece of shit.
Yeah. Just for posterity's sakes, no. You like, it's easy target. It is squirming a bit, but not to the point where like you can't hit it. You just step like where that, like the eyes, the face, where that's the thing that's facing you. You step with your big boots, almost with iron at the bottom, and just swirl. You
And
hear
I mash it, like when you on a fly, like you rub it in the pavement. I don't know.
you do so, and while you're doing it, it has this like sort of splash as little this not blood comes out, and as you're sort of mashing in as well, you hear sort of like pops as you sort of notice that as you sort of stepped and sort of mashing and grazing around the eyes and sort of things, the eyes are just sort of popping and just little oozes and stuff, eye stuff comes out of it. Don't teach me anatomy of spider eyes, please. Just it oozes out.
It pops.
Um,
You're triggering at the.
you guys do notice. You sort of keep your guard up. You don't hear any more squealing. You do still notice, however, on the floor, there's a bunch of little spiders, constantly just sort of running around, sort of possibly trying to evade what, the web's on fire or whatever thing's happening. But it seems that in terms of big spiders, they seem to be dead.
Do like those small spiders look like a smaller version of the big spiders?
Yes.
Oh, so they might be just babies. That's cursed.
Oh.
Wonderfully celebrating our victory and all, but what are we gonna do about that guy? I'm just gonna point to Zamaan on the ground.
Question, Demmy. We did a short rest, not a long rest, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm useless.
I will also say, as sort of the normal spiders are constantly going, but you do notice the large spiders start in a similar way to the kobolds, just sort of turning into, including the oozes and the blood, not blood, sort of turning into mushy ash, and once again going back into the soil, basically.
Well, at least it didn't happen to Zamaan. And I'm gonna try to just heal him to cure wounds.
Yeah, go for it. Damn, that's a lot of healing actually. Zamaan, you get 7 health points back, which I think gives you at full.
Yeah, thank you, Gildurk.
So you heal him, and I will note, even though you're healed, you're still poisoned. You still feel sort of doozy, stepping, walking, doing stuff, kind of hard, but you're not dead. I hate that.
Can I try to I don't know, lessen the effects of the poison with like a healing check or something? Like a medicine rather?
Let me try and see if there's anything exclusively talking about trying to get rid of poison. I didn't expect anything from the compendium in this case. But you know what? Go for it.
There we go.
Yeah, no. How would I say this? Okay. So, you're not this is a giant spider, right? But what's the difference between a giant spider and a regular spider venom, right? Has to be somewhat the same. Maybe just one's bigger than the other, maybe slightly more lethal. We don't know. But no matter what, just a case question. This is do you have any kind of herbal kit or medicine kit on you, Gildurk?
I have a prayer kit.
Yeah, but what?
A prayer
Prayer.
kit.
I mean, look, this ain't Facebook. I'm sorry.
You can't give some thoughts and prayers to heal him. But
We have mushrooms. We have mushrooms.
Yeah, I would say, Gildurk, when with some of the things you do know, I would say that you are able to have at least some form of herbs on you, like just in case that, well, seemingly just works out. And using a little bit of, well, trying to, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I know it doesn't work, but I'm gonna do it. Sort of press the venom out a little bit. Watch that, guys. Instead of the sucky, you put the pressure on it. But you are able to effectively heal him from his poison using a little bit of variety of herbs and just, well, drink water. Water saves everything, guys. But it's going to take, I'd say, like 15-ish minutes. And I'm going to say that the poison doesn't instantly go away, but in the next 15 minutes after healing him, you're going to feel better.
All right, I did what I could do. Now the rest up to
Thank
the
you a
gods.
lot, Gildurk. Thank you a lot, Gildurk. The goddess bless you.
Indeed.
And what you guys do notice, since, well, it was right next to it basically, small little crystal of quintium. Avi, since you're the one most proficient with it, knowing sort of how the worth is, let me just check what I wrote down. Yeah. Basically, it's going to be worth 5 gold pieces each.
Okay, so a total of 10.
Yep.
Gotcha. Put it in the notes.
And I'm going to return to the roleplay one. Okay. The rest of this place here, as you sort of get together, sort of just make sure there's definitely not one more big spider. Once again, branches out multiple areas. This place here, more minecarts, and I will say, purely because this is where a lot of the mines happen, and it's not like you guys would never have seen this, but mostly here. You guys do notice that what seems to have been in these minecarts are, because you can see small, very faint traces of it here. Just a bit of iron. So whatever might have been here could possibly have been an iron mine.
Paul? Anyone got a pickaxe? Got a crowbar? I pry the iron out the rock.
You could use. Wait. I was thinking about this. Oh, you can use the python and the hammer. Technically. My grandpa has done it like that once. Improvisation.
That.
Theoretically, I mean, yeah, you could.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, let's go.
It's.
Let's go.
I would say this is improvised. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Looking around, I mean, hell, even though you have Jurosul, you're not a miner itself. And even after looking around and even in the branches, besides the little faint iron, which honestly is so faint, like you can just sort of notice, you just notice that there were it, that almost has no price on its own. The rest of the walls and the other rest of the place doesn't seem like you can find anything that resembles iron ore.
Sad.
You disappoint us.
On another note, can I just do something?
What would you like to do?
Just a small thing I remembered. Can I just copy the dwarven text over to a piece of parchment I have in case it just breaks up as we return through the crystal? Because it's like fragile.
Sure, yes you can.
Okay.
That's called wisdom, boys.
Yeah, I just remembered. Do I just like take one of my parchments away from my item?
You do so. It's gonna, well, take you. This is like more dwarvic runes. You're not really, you don't really speak of things. It's gonna take you maybe like 10-ish minutes of sort of just making sure that what you got is right, and sort of just also kind of deciphering the text, because like I said, the ink in some of the places where it was kind of deteriorated, so you're not exactly sure what, but you are able to copy it, just sort of taking your time, looking, going around, no big problem.
Okay then.
Okay. What would you guys like to do now?
I mean, you should probably like search this place properly though, rather than just try to mine and shit. Like, is there like a? I'm interested, like more letters, to be honest.
More what?
Letters.
Ah, um, if you want to look around, make me an investigation check, Gildurk.
Sure. Hmm. Cool. I'm bad at it. I see.
Okay, natural one. What would I do here? You know, I think that ends up being the perfect little thing. As you're looking around, sort of excavating or things, make me a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, dexterity, not reflex. Wrong system.
Cool.
Okay. Good enough actually. As you're sort of moving some of the stuff like barrels, a little bit of ore, just sort of looking for little traces. As you sort of grab onto something and sort of move it to the side, you actually see almost at the tip of your fingertips one of those little spiders that was actually prepped and is about to go for you, but in some way you just sort of pull back, the spider misses, and it just sort of prances about the place before just, as a spider does, just quickly going out of sight, and you haven't seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast like thaumaturgy and shout that there's another spider here somewhere. To make my voice make louder.
Yes, you can. Can you just post the spell itself? And you're just trying to yell louder, just to make sure you're yelling that there's more spiders around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of you, as you're, either copying or doing something, you hear this very loud yell of more spiders here.
I mean, we noticed before.
Are they baby spiders or?
Yeah, baby spiders.
Fuck the baby spiders.
Yeah, like yeah, it's a baby spider.
A baby spider attacked me. Okay.
Yeah, baby
I
spider.
thought,
No.
I thought it was like a bigger one.
No.
We definitely would have noticed.
Yeah. I like this was like hiding. That's like as you're sort of uncovering. My bad if I didn't explain that. It was a baby spider that sort of wanted to go, and you just sort of pulled back your hand and avoided it getting bit.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's scratch that. Like I wouldn't have caught a first baby spider.
I would have honestly, but okay.
Gildurk over here literally fucking murdered 2 giant spiders. Like a tiny ass spider tries to bite him. This man fucking screams.
Actually.
But yeah, with that natural one, you don't find anything besides more stones and rusty stuff.
Actually, what's the rusty stuff?
I would say probably pickaxes, possibly a shovel, more slight just tools, maybe like a chisel here and there. Quite rusty.
I wish I had fucking mending.
I have mend.
I need to see actually. Can you mind posting mending if you have it, just to see? Because I know it can repair, but I'm not sure does it unrust.
I think it does not, but let me just post it. Just a second.
We just unoxidize this piece of metal real quick.
Not really, but
Because like while it does fix, it doesn't really fix old age, if that makes sense. Single break or tear in an object you touch. Yeah, no, this wouldn't get rid of the whole rust part.
Okay.
Nice thought, though. So, what next?
I want to check. Avi and me are like mining with our shitty tools, right?
You guys can be trying to find if there is any iron around here. It's going to take you a bit as you're sort of going around.
I want to look around if there are any. When I noticed that there isn't any ore basically in the walls.
Hmm?
I want to look around for anything shiny looking in the wall.
Shiny looking in the wall.
Yes.
Okay. Make me a perception check. I would say this being barren as is, and seemingly some people have mined already through it, nothing shiny catches your eyes.
This time you asked for perception. Last time you asked for jewel.
Question.
Because this is purely looking. That was like more of like passively trying noticing things. Yeah, go. Yes, someone.
Can I check if there's any writing anywhere, like any paper or anything on the walls again, so I can copy it down?
Similar to Gildurk, you can make an investigation check.
Okay. Second.
$21. Knowing, being careful of little spiders as well, and looking around this area, you thoroughly search it, like up and down, looking through things. Obviously, if you go like scroll all the way into like the or whatnot or stone, nothing really is going to be in there. But doesn't seem like there's anything here, even after taking a while and actually using your keen eyes to sort of look around. Nothing.
Well, I propose we should maybe go on
Oh.
if there's nothing here.
I feel fine to go for exploring further.
Yeah.
I wanted to do an action, but if you guys want to leave, it's fine.
Yeah, no, you can do it, Arcane. Like, there's still
I mean, if
time.
we're gonna leave.
There's still time. I mean, what do you want to do?
I want to ask if Avi and me are mining. I want to roll performance, and I wanted to whistle a song, a mining song. Wow.
Sure, roll performance.
Okay.
It is a performance.
Wait.
No. Funny, considering none of you speak Dwarvish.
Hey, it's just
I'm just sick.
Absolutely based.
so like the mining song, basically from Snow White. A nice, fun little whistle tune while I'm like doing that, and everyone's investigating. I don't actually know how to whistle, so I want to whistle in game.
and that's entirely fair.
Fair enough, yeah.
What you do, and well, it's not horrible. It is a whistle. Kind of probably appropriate. I wanted to say something. Conquest of Zamaan, but it already crossed my mind, sadly. But yeah. So, as a general thing, what next? Continue or go back?
I want to go further.
Does anyone have any other ideas, maybe? Or should we just continue?
I mean, we clearly should adopt all the spiders as pets.
Let's not.
I disagree.
Let's.
Being bitten by one of the bigger ones, I strongly disagree.
Oh
if
yeah.
possible, I would burn them all.
You can.
I won't.
Just.
Right. Actually, I do need to check something. Right. Sorry, Adi, because I forgot about this. And that was one of the things that I wanted to mention. Poisoned. Since you are poisoned, and this is going to last for like. Actually, no. You would have gotten rid of the poison after the 15 minutes. Yeah, actually, no. It would have gone away before, as long as you, by the time you investigated and such, it wouldn't have affected the roll. Okay, never mind then. So yeah, your poison gets nullified after some healing. Okay, so onward
And upwards.
Okay, it honestly it takes like because this was the main point and it branches off into multiple of the ones. The rest of this sort of little journey here at the sort of this mine ends up being uneventful. You're gonna have to go. I would say probably about an hour, 2 hours even, sort of just exploring around, and as you go down deep one way, only to find that it's abandoned, nothing there, no exit further. Go on another one, nothing really there. And eventually, you do find, as you're going down one of the tunnels, a empty minecart, and well, it kind of has a little bit of a, I want to say, roller coaster feel, but because since it goes kind of on the downslope, but no matter, depending on how you want to go about it, it doesn't matter. You do go down, and at this end of the
Can we go down in the minecart?
you can. It's it.
Can we?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You.
I'd rather not trust the old, really, really old machinery, so I might just stick to my wings, thanks.
Well, I'm still down. I'm still gonna do it.
Power to you.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
You know what, Mia? Just to see how rickety it is and how it goes, roll me a 1d20.
I'm terrified. I have.
Let's see that third natural one in the night.
Would be funny.
It's /R, right?
/R and then just 1d20.
Watch me get a 1.
Nah. 10. Okay.
50%.
No, this is enough. There is a point where, as you're going down and sort of trying to halt it, since I would say that there is some form of like small lever mechanism, it sort of doesn't react instantly, and as you sort of push down a bit more, it finally does and slowly starts breaking. You're a bit in front of the rest, and well, luckily you're using light and whatnot, so you have it. But it doesn't go off rail. It doesn't, send you flying. Could have been close, but it didn't.
I'm just enjoying my ride, whistling a happy tune, riding in my minecart.
And as you get down to this level, as you get down, you do notice a little bit of another cave-in, but this one seems to emanate a glow similar to the one of the crystal.
Okay, do I roll investigate or perception or something?
No, you don't have to. What you can just gander from it is it seems that there, from small peaks from like the cave-in, like from behind, light is coming through. So you're probably going to have to do a little bit of digging to get to the crystal.
Okay, can I hop out and try to dig with the what the fuck is this called now? The hammer and the
Python?
Yep.
You can.
Okay. What do I roll?
Yeah, the rest of you, by the way, also will eventually, catch up. This is going to be an athletics. Who wants to help can provide, well, advantage.
I want to minus, and I'm commenting, oh, Abby's gonna love this if it's a fucking diamond.
Well, I guess I'm gonna, give him a boost or something.
Okay. It's just basically moving. Well, some people are mining, trying to get those out, but primarily it's going to be moving a lot of the rocks and stuff. Make me an athletics with advantage.
With advantage.
And Gildurk, you don't have to roll, since if this is just assisting, you just simply say that you're assisting,
scared.
and then the person gets advantage. Okay, 18. Yeah, no, plenty. It doesn't take overly long. I would say maybe at this point half an hour, which means that you guys have been adventuring for about an hour here, getting there, about 5-ish, almost coming to maybe 6-ish hours. But you eventually unveil and push, and similar to the one where you guys were, a crystal stands there, glowing into your eyes, just there. And yeah, the cave-in, you just moved it to the side, and it is clear now.
Okay, can I give it, can I call Abby, to investigate it?
The cave-in?
The jeweler's kit? The jeweler's, yeah, thingy.
Sure. You...
Abby!
Avi, you can give me that intelligent jeweler kiss if you want to investigate it.
Fucking mute it again. Gosh, darn it. Juice tools. Not gonna happen.
As you look around, um, you look around and doesn't seem like there's really anything. No of the iron ore, nothing of the shiny, just simply is. Just a bunch of rocks. Bastards, I see this in the Discord chat, you realize this, right?
I mean-
Disappointment.
Why would we not want you to see it though?
Yes.
Understandable.
Never mind.
So, going down?
Yep.
Okay. So, here, as you sort of, once again, go in, touch, you feel your body, once again, atomize, and you get, once again, split second, transported to another place. This place, the first thing that catches, like, your senses is humidity. And you sort of, as you step out, and look around, you see that the cave that you seemingly are in is a lot more open. It doesn't seem to be narrow. It seems to like open up wide, and there seems to be a lot of vegetation around. Not really grass, more like, I suppose, overgrown cave moss and various sort of underground flora of some sorts. You're, using the light sort of that you have, you do notice, well, not even the light, you do notice that there are pockets of sunlight sort of hitting from the sky, sort of giving it a little bit of lightness. So it's not as dark here as it was in the other levels. And you just see it's vegetative. You even see like there's a small little pond where it seems to be like water. You can hear a little bit of a trickling of almost like water springs sort of going in. Yeah, this is, I suppose, a overgrown cave.
Haven't we been in caves all this time?
Well, yeah, still a cave. This one's just rather than abandoned mine shaft. It's overgrown vegetation.
Can I see if any of the vegetation is useful? Well, I want to see, rather. I know I can. If anything is perhaps edible.
If that's the case, sure.
Or
you can roll
just-
me survival.
Okay. That. Nice scroll up, thank you. Yo.
20. I would say, as you're sort of taking, in, you do notice that there are some very small insects here. Nothing big, nothing like spider-like. It's more like small centipedes or almost like little, not really fruit flies, but kind of in that sort of idea. There is life here. But as you're looking, you do find one plant that seems to be a little bit more interesting, primarily because it seems that it's growing some kind of berry. The berry almost kind of looks like a black tomato. That's like the closest that you can sort of look on it. And, you're sort of looking at it, you're sort of giving it, the old smell. You sort of take one, cut it in half, and then just to check, sort of a small little, taste just to make sure that it's not, doesn't seem poisonous. And from the little taste that you had, it doesn't taste, hitting. It tastes, well, kind of blandish, more like watery than anything else.
Oh. At least it's edible.
Yeah, if you want, you can try it. Get a full flavor package of it. How would I
I'll take some with me.
Yeah, it kind of feels yeah, you can take how much yeah, you can take like a few. Just say that you have like I wouldn't say a basket worth. Just put like just a regular pouch worth of black tomatoes.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure in like if they're worth anything or is this some kind of culinary thing, but hey, edible. Besides that, you do notice as you're sort of looking around, there are some vines, there are some also berry-like sort of things, and possibly some leaves and the like that could be edible, but those are a bit harder to test out without, possibly in some form of way affecting yourself. Um, but they do have some telltale signs of probably best to avoid them. So that's kind of the one thing that you can sort of pick out from here. Ugh.
Nice. What?
No. I just looked at what Redomer sent, and I hate spiders.
Also, FYI, because of the humidity in this room, I can't really produce a flame, and it's not really agreeing with me. This humidity, it's making me queasy.
Okay.
Also, my light only lasts 1 hour, and we've been here for longer than that.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip. You can cast a cantrip infinite amount of times.
I can't because I don't have fireflies.
The firefly didn't get consumed. You just basically use it. You don't actually crush the firefly. I'd say you don't. I'd say you wouldn't crush the firefly.
Okay.
Just for like a context, some materials do get used up, some don't. In this case, I'm just going. You kind of just use the firefly or waterfly in this case as a sort of a conduit.
Actually, dumb question. Like, how does this work in the system? I know, like, Pathfinder, if it has like a price to it, then it gets consumed. Then otherwise, it doesn't.
Here, if you have a gold use, you really need the gold. You actually need that much worth. But once again, it kind of ends up being I think for most spells it actually says if something's consumed or not. So you might have, for example, 100 gold, 300 gold diamond for like reviving somebody that gets consumed, but something else might just be like, hey, you need a emerald or something of 100 gold pieces worth that doesn't get consumed. It's just used as sort of the spell focus. You sort of just focus your magic through it, but it doesn't get consumed. It just depends on the spell. For most people, though, how to channel it, there's material components and there's arcane or divine focuses. For you, Redomer or Gildurk, you usually use your spells from like through a holy symbol or through your shield or whatnot. Basically, where your goddess's symbol is, that kind of works as your focus. If there's still a gold component, you do need that. Simple as that. So, this place as well branches out, but unless you guys want to do some more investigating of this area, you guys can push forward.
I propose that maybe we return home.
Your reasoning?
We've been adventuring for a long time, and I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of interested with what the dwarven writing is about.
And interested.
Also, we can't leave our god. We can't leave our goddess and your sister waiting for too long, can we?
They're fine. They're gonna be fine. My sister's used to waiting.
Rude.
Look, what do you mean rude? Who the hell's gonna bring in the food? Huh?
We can vote on this.
The woman. I'm kidding.
Or if you're gonna feel safer back, we could go back. I don't mind too much.
Can I propose? Because okay, wait, character names. Because Zamaan stated that he's not feeling well from the humidity. I propose we go back.
I mean,
Then we probably won't be able to return here for a decent while, considering of what receptionists at the guild told us when we were getting, well, registered, because This probably won't change for another like month or something based on what she said. So the humidity is gonna be here.
I mean, but still, it could be dangerous since we are still a bit inexperienced. We might find ourselves in a situation that we're not prepared for yet.
This is our first time coming in here. Next time's gonna be our second time. I don't think we've earned a lot of combat experience yet.
So you're arguing that we should continue to get stronger then?
Oh, we can go back on a mind.
Hmm. I'm fine either way. I think I could use like a med pack, like in terms of equipment, but other than that, I should be fine.
Let's go back then. I got a quest I need to deliver.
Oh yes, same. I need to deliver the mushroom quest as well.
Okay.
We
So-
came here for fucking mushrooms.
So, going back. Okay. The procedure of going back is not difficult, it's more tedious than anything else. As you basically just touch the crystal. You go back to the previous level that you were, right at the exit of that level. And you have to sort of backtrack all the way back. Not encountering anything dangerous. The layout and stuff still seems exactly the same. Not encountering any enemies or anybody else of that matter. Then back to the first floor. Going back to that one, you do see that the glitter of the lake is back on the inside. It seems that the bugs have maybe at some point returned. Proceeding back. Eventually, you teleport at the Adventurers Guild. And as you sort of all come back, you sort of feel that freshness of air coming finally back, hitting your lungs as you take your first breath back in the city, filling up your lungs and sort of opening your eyes and just looking. And well, you take some steps back, take some steps forward, before noticing two guards, sort of looking, sort of standing near the crystal, sort of approach you. Question: are you the Peripatea familia?
Yes.
That's what it says on the card here.
Perfect. Come with us.
Why?
Come with us.
Where?
With us.
Why?
Please don't make this complicated.
Are we in any trouble?
Yes. Simple as that. We were told to inform the guard captain of your arrival, and you will be proceeding to us to a room. Otherwise, well, you will be branded as criminals.
If we're in trouble, that means we already are kind of seen sort of as criminals then, right?
Fair point. Are you coming with us or not?
I mean, look, we did nothing wrong, so yeah, sure.
Very well. And the two guards, well, happily escort. You follow them to a room. In this room, it's a sort of a bigger room, and as you sort of the guards sort of open as you know, sort of they sort of hustle you in, sort of row you in, I suppose, into the room. The guards do both enter, sort of leaving, and you notice an individual there, one that from facial features alone you can recognize it's a half orc, and very well armored, and a sort of robed individual nearby as well that seems to mostly be covering their face, and sort of looks up. All right, take a seat.
That did not go well last time.
I shall.
We all shall.
She sort of sits you down, sort of looks at all of you. Well, let's not start this off with some hostility. How was your first adventure in the tower?
Oh, fun! I got this, and I'm gonna take out the waterfly.
We're going to have to report that to the guild. Taking creatures out is going to have to be reported by guild members.
That's fine.
Alright. Well, after taking some eyewitnesses, after properly taking care of the reports, using magic as well to look at things well, I don't think I have to tell you really this much. You did a bad, quite recently actually, before you went into the dungeon tower.
And that was?
Stealing that man's book. Or trying to, rather.
Okay. Yeah, so?
Have anything to say for yourself, or are we just going to go kind of quick with this one?
I mean, look, realistically, if you guys used magic, got eyewitnesses, then you should have also known he was kind of a dick.
Alright. Cool.
Also, I
Right
didn't
then.
know that. Wait. May I have a word?
You may.
I didn't know having allergies is a crime.
Right then. So, that's going to be it. Thank you for making my job easier. I'm going to have to give you the rundown as the guild told me. Sit right there. You ain't going to fuck anywhere. So, simple procedures considering how lenient.
Just a second. Just a second.
I will not have a
Wait.
second right now. You've already asked your question. Thank you very much. So, since you kind of already confessed a little bit, you really don't have to say anything.
No, I fully confess.
Thank you.
I tried to steal the book.
Thank you. So, considering you are new, and there are some leniency to new people, and this is your first crime, both as a familia and as individuals, well, the procedure is quite simple. You will be magically branded as, well, some people want to call them troublemakers, some people call them criminals, whatnot. This is going to last for about a month. Trying to doing anything, well, illegal during the time here in the city is going to make you, well, that issue go further, meaning you are going to be branded full-on criminals and be found in jail. Other things that might be of good importance to you. Oh, right, the guild obviously will be looking down a little bit on you when it comes to like supplies and whatever you'd like to buy, when it comes to shopkeepers and stuff. Just in general, obviously, that's a thing. Now, don't make...
nothing changes except the brand. Gotcha.
Yep. You can't have any, you can't remove it. Trying to forcefully remove it will obviously alert us. Wow, you really are a dick of a little bird, huh? Anyways, get on it.
Hold up. Does that mean even those not involved will get branded?
Considering this was a familiar thing and everybody saw you guys together, yes, that would be the case. You could feign innocence, but, well, sucks to suck, I suppose. Now, please put out
Not
your...
quite a professional tone you have there.
No, it really isn't it?
It really isn't.
Anyways, arms out, please. And the sort of hooded guy just sort of nods to you guys, sort of politely, just sort of being, and just sort of shows. You can see actually from a little bit of features, he sort of has this sort of a pointy sort of chin. You might presume it could be an elf, possibly a half elf. So it just goes, worry not, this isn't going to hurt at all. It's magically done.
Oh, I hoped it would.
And after a few castings, sort of using magic, you guys will notice that on your hand there is a symbol that appears on for all of you. You guys can choose which.
Can I just ask something? Just a minor detail, not the guy, just in general. Do I need to make an Arcana check, or can I just know what the type of magic used is?
Roll me Arcana then.
Okay.
$16. You would presume, because this is primarily going onto the skin, this feels as if probably the most influential thing on it is Transmutation Magic.
Okay.
Now, obviously, there could be other schools sort of branded in with their sort of magical formulae and stuff, but from what with that role and what you can guess, most likely transmutation hits.
Can you explain
Okay,
this
thank
a bit
you.
more?
Basically, just for magical reasons, how magic is done, it's sort of separated into schools. I believe there are either 8 or 9 schools. And basically, each school is supposed to represent something about magic. For example, evocation is about using like forces. Abjuration is more about sort of shielding yourself or like defensive stuff. Conjuration is literally summoning stuff. So basically, each school of magic is sort of allocated to sort of what it generally is supposed to do. Transmutation, as you may presume, is supposed to transmute stuff. In this case, the transmutation sort of falls around on your skin.
So it just turns our skin, it turns the skin into the
Yeah.
brand.
If you want like a more simpler, like possibly like similar to like schools and stuff, it's like the difference between geography and history. Geography focuses on, well, geography, history focuses on history. This is all magic, all education, if you want to say, just focuses on different aspects of that magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That okay, Mia, or do you need more?
No, that's fine. I'm just character
No.
skin kind of shitty. That's why I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
yeah. Also, this isn't like fire. As I said, this is like full on magical.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not necrotic and it's not radiant,
No, it's
right?
not that. It's not damaging us. That's why.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
damaging. It's just literally no pain, no beer. It just like sort of appears on your skin.
Well, that sucks.
Right. Well, that'll be it. Hopefully, I won't have to see you guys again. If I do, well, it's going to be at even more unpolite times.
Ah, I see. More unjust measures.
Or what you will.
What
I
did you expect from a dirtbag?
understand stealing a book is not nice, but punishing people that were not responsible for it is not really the kind of justice that should be expected, if anything.
So are we done here? Cause I need to go somewhere, and I want to rush out the door before anyone else, if I can.
Free to go.
Can I like just continue to check something while I exit the room? When I exit the room,
What do you want to check on?
I just want to check in my lore book if there's like a courthouse or something, like not a courthouse, like a place where I could find some like information about laws.
There would be a courthouse. I would say this is just you kind of knowing stuff. Though, if you want a bit more details, make me like a history check. It's going to like with advantage. It's super simple. Like this is just to see if like. Well, actually, if I'm already telling you with advantage, it doesn't matter. You would know that there is a courthouse. Obviously, there is sort of some form of justice system. But if you also want to learn more, there's various libraries and stuff that do have books in terms of like law and whatnot. So it's really
No,
up
I'm
to
just
you.
asking if there's a person I could ask, like some kind of I don't know how you would call it, like a receptionist in the courthouse or something like that.
Advisor.
Or like an information desk at, I suppose, the courthouse or something.
Yeah, it's not just like an information. They like you can just ask and report stuff to them.
I would say yeah, there would be obviously cases where you can simply, well, report somebody. I think even we have that or something similar to that effect.
Yeah, everyone has that, obviously.
Yeah, so go for, yeah, I would say that there is.
And do I need to like wait on the others, or can I just rush to there if it's close by?
You can
Just to check on something.
rush there if you want. Obviously, you'd be going most likely alone unless somebody wants to rush with you, but you'd be going alone. But you can go.
I mean, I didn't tell anyone anything, so
Yeah.
I presume I would go alone.
10-15 minutes maybe walk until you like get out of the guild and then go there. And
Yeah, okay.
I'll say, as you go there, you see. I would say that the sort of individual working there seems to be sort of this. You can actually see a little bit of sort of grayish, like the sort of salt and pepper sort of type of hair. This little halfling, sort of just sitting on a table, big glasses, trying to go around it, sort of just sort of like just reading something, some kind of book as well. No real cover, no real title, anything. Just sort of reading something. You approach. He sort of looks up. Ah, hello there. How can I help you?
Sorry, did I disturb you?
No,
I did.
no. I was just enjoying my book. Mr.
Zamaan
Pleasure to meet you.
from. Yeah.
Ah,
I just wanted to ask if I could check with you on some information.
of course. What would you like to know about?
I would just like to know about the laws pertaining like trials and persecution. If there would be a way, not a way to. I know you can't deny trials that have been done and people that have already been persecuted. I just want to know if there is a way before the trial starts that you can what are my rights and can I have some defender or something?
Right. Okay. So how it would go? If somebody has committed a crime to you, right? The first thing you can either come here, of course, though I would recommend your local nearby guard. You just go up to him, say that somebody, as an example, I'm putting out somebody might have pickpocketed you. You simply, go to the guard, report that, explain, the scenario, how he looks, how he doesn't look. Then that criminal could, for all instances, if, well, he believes to be innocent, could possibly have a trial, you and him. Of course, if there's enough eyewitnesses, if there's enough reason for a trial not to occur, then, simply the guards can take authority onto their own matter and, well, do a persecution.
I'm just asking if you have rights, to have a defender or something. Even if it's not a proper trial, just do I have a right as a citizen?
Due to many people living in the city, we do actually have a program where we do have, city defenders, those that can advocate for you or who would know the law more than you do and who would speak in your name.
So it's technically illegal, even if it's a guard, to not provide me a defender.
If the persecution trial if there's no need for it, and it has already been concluded by the guard that they can take measures into their own hand, if there is no trial, well, you wouldn't need a defender. Of course, if a trial were to occur and you cannot pay or finance any form of defender, then we will provide you one.
Okay, then. So basically, you're telling we're living in a martial state where guards can take things into their own hands if they think, even though we don't see the evidence or any of the magic they're used or anything, or hear any of the eyewitnesses. And not to be offensive, of course.
No, that caught me off guard mostly. I suppose you can see it like that, yes?
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask about?
I'm also one thing. This is about one of the punishments
Mm-hmm.
that I've heard. Like the brand, you get branded for a criminal. Is there any way to cleanse yourself of the brand, like by doing
No, and
good
that would
things
be
or social work or something?
From what I'm aware of, the answer would be no. It mostly ends up being that's why the short time limit is sort of placed in the measures, I would presume, in this case, where it is only a month. If there were any brandings that would end up being longer, I would have to dig up some cases before. It doesn't happen quite too often. Would have to see, but I would like to think so. If you could come tomorrow, I will do some further investigation, see of examples, others, and I can inform you of that.
Of course, thank you. Also, I mean, I don't want to take away some of your time. So, if you don't have enough time, you can also send me a letter when you're ready with that.
Do you have an? I would require your address in that case, and we could send a messenger over.
It's in the guild building, the basement there, basically. the guild room of the Peripetea family.
All right, I will be able to find that. Though a messenger coming to you will, of course, there are people that would require a single gold coin as payment.
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. Very well. After we find out the information, of course, I will be conducting the letter myself, since this is a personal request from you. Before I do so, any further information that you would like in the letter, or is that it?
Also, one thing not in the letter, just to ask you, not connected to all of this. Do you, by chance, just know if there are any, like, people that are experts in Dwarven language in the town?
Well, that would be most dwarves.
I mean, could you just put me in the right direction? I'm not really sure where to find. If you know.
I do have an associate, actually. If you would mind waiting for 5 seconds, I could see this letter of yours and well, have him tell you what it means.
Okay, thank you very much. You've been really helpful.
1 minute, please. And he sort of jumps off his little stool, sort of walks away, goes into a room, and sort of a bird. And after maybe about 5 minutes, sort of coming out of the door, just sort of extending. You see this burly, like, he's wide. He doesn't seem physical, but he just seems wide. You know, doors being wide and whatnot. Sort of comes over, big, sort of braided beard going down, ginger red hair. How can I help you, laddie?
Hello there. I am a part of an Adventurers Guild, so while we were adventuring, first introductions, my name is Zamaan, sorry.
Pleasure to meet you.
While we were exploring in the dungeons, we found a sort of mine, an abandoned mine, and while I was investigating, I found a letter with Dwarven, I think some kind of runic inscription. I'm not sure. I think it's Dwarven. So I'd like you, if you could, to translate it for me.
No problem. Just provide me with the letter.
Here, I copied it on this piece of parchment because the original one is very fragile.
He sort of opens it. You're gonna have to work on your Dwarven a little bit. Anyways, actually, before I do, would you like this to be a bit more private, or do you want it just here quickly read?
I mean, like, does it?
All right then.
Just to ask you, does it have any difference? Are there any people here except me and him?
It's just a halfling nearby as well, since this is presumably near the sort of booth area.
Okay, then I would like it to be a bit more private.
All right. It doesn't take much. Like, it's a big place, and you kind of can just move around and, like, you know, hush. Right. So let me read this, and I'm no poet, just a note. Dearest Ignora, work has been hard, but I'll remain in good health. The boss doesn't want to believe it and is pushing us to find the iron without any concern for safety. I've already lost 2 good lads due to a cave-in. Hopefully he will realize nothing remains here and I'll be able to return home. I've missed you and Barda. I have gifts for both of you that I think you will like. Love, Belthrin. So it just looks up to you. It seems to just mostly be a letter.
Thank you. Just another question. Do you know anything about the abandoned mine in the dungeons?
Can't say I do. Not really an adventurer myself. But I will say that the names here do sound Dwarven. So, presumably, from what I'm guessing, Dwarf wrote to his wife and his son, I'd like to think. Anything else you have that needs Dwarven?
Not really. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
For your time.
He sort of folds the letter. Well, I'll have to say, not usually one who, you know, comes to get translations over. So thanks, laddie. He sort of looks at you, sort of tries to, like, wants to sort of, like, you know, sort of nudge you a bit, but is like, is this gonna burn me? But he just does it anyways, and, like, realizes you're just kind of worms. Like, that's right. Right then.
Okay, then.
Goodbye, sir. Have a nice day.
goodbye. And I also thank the halfling and politely just leave and go towards our hideout.
Yeah, no problemo. So that's going to take like a while. So what are the rest of you doing as you just see Zamaan leave? You're muted. You're muted,
Lou.
Mew.
I'm gonna go turn in the quest. That I have
Yeah.
for the rock.
Are you gonna take the chair?
Not this time.
They're going to look at the quest.
Y'all just don't know how to deal with cops.
Yeah, they're gonna just look at the quest. Like you just go to like one of the random receptions that are like available, and they look at the quest. They look back at you. They look back at here, and just go, "Sir, this quest isn't valid.
Why isn't it valid?
It isn't guild certificated. This is one of the joke quests."
Then why is it on the board?
Because we let that happen. I don't know why either. It simply is.
Well, someone doesn't know how to deal with
Someone.
quests.
You're not there though.
I'm just saying, no.
I'm just gonna say, okay. I guess I'll collect this from someone else. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Where are you gonna
Well,
collect it from?
I found out what I'm gonna be doing for this entire session, or no, for this entire campaign. I'm gonna track this. I'm gonna track the person that fucking put this quest down. I swear to God.
Oh, God bless. Okay, I'm gonna have to make an NPC then.
Oh, you fucking better.
Oh, I will. Presumably you're gonna be taking the chair as well, since the chair was. You can just ask for it. You get looks, obviously, but you have a chair. You can take a chair home. Arcane and Gildurk. Before we finish up as well, since it's almost 12 actually. What are you guys? If you guys want to do anything, or like, do you just wait for Avi to finish and then go somewhere, or what do you guys want to do?
First off, I wanna see about how much like a costs, and then I'm gonna look, and I also want to like look for people that have been screwed over by the guard.
Yeah, let me just find. I think the thing is a herbalism kit. Why does the compendium not show me the price? Hold up, I'm gonna need 1 second then to find the price. Herbalism kit 5e. Price, please. Okay, 5 gold pieces, and it basically just lasts. Just to give you, since you can look at this up in the compendium. Well, let me just copy paste, and then you can read this when you want to.
No, I already have like I have it already
open. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 gold pieces. Just whoever's tracking like loot. By the way, you guys can now just convert that quintium to gold. So just consider that as like party gold if you want to.
I do have like still like 10 personal gold apparently, so I'm just gonna spend that.
Go for it. All right. And in terms of looking for other people who have been screwed by the guards, I would say there's probably like like one group that is currently like sort of waiting on the outside of the tower, like in that little plaza area, and obviously you kind of can't notice them because of the sort of brand that they have on their arm. You approach them; they do seem to be another similar sort of adventuring group. Various random faces, some armored, some unarmored. You can approach them.
Yeah, I essentially just want to like hear like all like talk to them all, and essentially get all their stories, like try to just figure out like which stories are actually legit, and not just oh we actually deserve this, but we don't because we're awesome.
Yeah. I would say that this group. What would I say? Yeah, no. The group in general sort of looks at you and go like, well, we got into a fist fight. There's this. You might meet him one day. If you meet a little dwarf named Edgar, avoid him. Massive cunt. All right. He comes up to us, right, saying, haha, look what we've got. Look at all the money we've got. All that stuff. Proceeds to shit talk us in the tavern we both go to as well. And of course, well, long story short, not going to want to give you my entire fucking story. How to give this a proper word? We escalated, and well, I gave the first punch. The rest tried to stop me. I got into a fist fight, and yeah, both of us got fucked. So deserved, yeah. Them, maybe not so. They weren't really part of it. The gods are a bit of cunts sometimes.
So what's the official crime you've all been accused of?
I think what they said was, fist fighting, but I think that's in the books read as assault, or just punching somebody honestly really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm. So the problem is, so yeah, makes sense. But still, that's a group punishment. Well, thank you for your story. Keep them in mind. Do you mind if I call you in? I'm trying to gather people that have been been treated unjustly, and I want to hear their stories. I want to see if there's this if there's a systematic problem of the city or not. I'm new to this whole adventuring thing, so I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. I'll give you a name later since I'll create the group and stuff. But they'll happily give names, just introduce themselves, and with the final mention of avoid Edgar though. He's a cunt. You only brag about shit, you don't deserve it. Alright? Also, you said you were new to adventuring, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, or party, or fun. I don't know, don't die.
Yeah, well, thanks for being so welcoming. It's quite an experience of.
Actually, since it is kind of visible, and they sort of like after being questioned. Actually, wait. What did you do?
Oh, one of my compatriots tried to steal a book, and well, I immediately left, and that didn't stop really the guard, and I got branded for it.
Yeah, nah. Basically, what happened to these though? They went involved fight. They were honestly pushing me off. It's just what they do. They just assume that everybody's at fault because everybody was there. So, piece of shits, honestly.
I understand.
Well, hope we helped. As a tip, adventure to adventure, don't steal. I guess if that was your crime, or well, with your friend rather. Yeah, I don't have the words.
Yeah, I told my friend like even before we got punished that I'm less than impressed by his actions. I do hope he will keep to his word and at least not do it when I'm there.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. And lastly, just to finish it all up before we end, Arcane, anything from you?
I did want to. Okay, just a sec. I'm reading this. Okay. I wanted to try to see if there's basically like a ministry, anything similar to that in the place that we're at, because I want to investigate and like ask about a person.
In terms of asking about a person, I mean, first and foremost, obviously you have the local
like
stuff.
looking at records.
One place where you can do that instantaneously, I would say, is the guild itself. Though they would most likely have records or just knowledge of, well, adventures, right?
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
okay. So just to ask the question. Who are you looking for? And then I can sort of
Marine.
Okay. She would. Yeah, no, she would definitely be listed in there. Okay. You ask around.
I ask around people to give me directions and how I can check if anyone is like. Do I go to someone directly or just ask around? I don't. get
You,
that
you can go
part.
to you can go to just to a receptionist, or you can ask around before. But you're most likely going to have to go to a receptionist.
Yeah.
In general, the information that they can give you is honestly information that you already know. They're not allowed to really privy in too much, but they can give you basic stuff like, obviously if you know the individual, then they can give you the name. They'll obviously confirm that they are an adventurer, what familia they're part of, where
That's
the
what I need.
familia, what is it called, addresses and stuff like that. Do you want to, since we're near the end, do you want to keep this secretive so I can
Yeah, we
inform
can
you
do this
later?
next time.
Okay, I'm just asking you, like, do you want to keep this secretive so we can talk later about this, or do you want me to just divulge?
Yeah, well, wait, my Discord froze. Yeah, we can leave this for next session. You and I can just like have a quick talk.
Yeah, okay, no problemo then. So, since it is already 12, and well, some people want to have some nice sleep for Saturday and stuff, let's end it at there. With most of you, well, doing your own things, I would presume eventually that, just sort of a clarification, just to see if we're going to be there. We are going. Are you guys going to meet up sort of back at the Familia house, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just kind of walking there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Just so I know where we're going to leave off the session and where we can start off from the next time. So, leaving it there. That was going to be the end of the episode 2 of Conquest of Purgatory. Say goodbye, I guess.
Say goodbye,
Bye.
I guess.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.